Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft together. I'm trying to get myself some XP over here. It ain't going so well. Yeah, look at all those blazes. They are aggravated by other blazes in the area that get aggravated. Because when a blaze gets aggressive towards a player, it seems to tell all the blazes to get aggressive, and they all end up trying to shoot at that same player in the same direction. They'll even shoot through blocks. So... Hi, I'm trying to record a video here. This isn't particularly great. You get a whole bunch of them and then they just start flying around because there's people in the area, you know, hanging out, playing, building, because of course we've got this whole communal area going on. You're kind of in the way. Let's just jump past you. So yeah, all it takes is one blaze out there to look at another player and shoot at them, and then the farm just goes crazy. But anyway, I kind of realised that I'm wasting my time a little bit there. Oh yeah, someone brought me back my my parrots in these boats. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Appreciate it. I'm wasting my time a little bit because I have mending books already. Someone gave me these as a gift, and now I'm not going to be able to remember where I put them, right? That's usually how things go. Aha, mending. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here's what I'm thinking. I got 4 pieces of armor, and it would be a good idea to have mending on all of them, right? There might be some other books we could throw on there as well. But anyway, I just want to get in a better situation, and I wanted to start this one off just by upgrading some of my gear. Look at that. I want feather falling boots. We're going to do that as well. Let's take our anvil. Let's head back over there and start using the farm again. Because I've got enough XP to put the books onto the armor, but then I've got to use the farm to get the XP to repair the armor. You know how mending works. This shouldn't be too expensive, right? I don't think I've done much with these at all. 11 levels, and then mending 5. Okay, so for the rest of these we're mending on. Yep, that's alright. And do you know what? If these aren't the best type of, you know, armors ever, I ain't even bothered about it. I just want to get mending on here and play, you know. So there we go. That was nice and simple. 30 levels to spare. Now I'm going to hang out over here and just keep on killing these blazes, getting their XP, and now I'll be able to repair my armor. So blazes drop 10 XP, right? So this has taken no time at all. I kind of picture myself being here for ages. Wow. Yeah, we're pretty much done here. Just a couple more of these down. Yeah, excellent. Fully repaired armor. That's pretty fantastic. I think I'm going to ask around and see if there's a shop and I can get more mending books, because it would be nice to have it on my sword as well, which has been getting knackered, and the axe and shovel. So just trying to get set up here at the beginning so we don't have to worry about this stuff. So the word is that back here at the village there is 20 mending books for 5 diamonds each. That's pretty fantastic, but looking around here there are quite a few bargains, like some decent armor here with fire protection on, and some other swords as well. 1 diamond each, so yeah, I'm going to do some shopping. There are lots of books available as well, like this chest over here, 1 diamond each. Well, that's some good trade. I'm down to 14 diamonds. I got 2 mending books, and yeah, a whole bunch of cool stuff. Silk touch on here as well. I really want a silk touch pick so we can mine lots of stone, which I've been using. Hi. And apparently somewhere around here there was, like, you know, mending books for 4 diamonds each. I couldn't find those, and I read all the signs. Oh, look! Wait, is there a second layer to this? How do I get up there? Do I have to use an ender pearl? I got an ender pearl. There's 3 ender pearls. That chest is empty though. Oh look, there's a ladder right there. I see it now. Well, I found it. Mending and silk books, but all sold out. I did also pick up a sweeping edge book as well. That'll be nice to have on the sword for the blaze farm. I got looting 2 as well, which is a good start. We'll probably find another looting 2 book later on. Nice. Efficiency 3 is not so good, but I don't have to use my silk touch and unbreaking books. I can save that for something else. Just going to slap mending on that. I'm going to put all of this onto that sword. How is there now 32 lapis there? Ah, someone must have chucked some lapis at me. That was so confusing. Thank you for the lapis. Appreciate it. This area looks extremely cool. It is just above where I am. We're going to do some touring of all the builds today. Wow, look at that. This person's got the right idea in their mind for the Nether. Oh, wow, it goes all the way over here. There is awesome stuff just appearing everywhere at the moment. It is almost hard to keep up with. But if we follow the outline for this path where it goes, it kind of creeps down and around into my area. It's just so awesome. This is the vision that I had kind of coming to life, right? And it just gets better every day. So our staircase leading to the upper area, which is going to connect all of these other wonderful builds, it has been built up to this point right here. There's going to be an opening to go in this direction, and it'll also take you around over to the opposite side. So we need to build some sort of thing at the top here. Don't know what that's going to look like, but I've been working on the down below area, and I guess the best way to show you that would be to grab an ender pearl and to just zap ourselves down below and turn around and have a look at the tower. Pretty big, right? I think last time we'd only built the bottom bit, and now we've built up this section right here. So I've got to build the bit that goes just out of sight from down here, but then it'll be visible from up top. So we're going to build some sort of section next to break up this this theme that I've gone with right here, which looks really cool. Probably use iron bars again, something grey, and then on top we're going to use some more of the nether brick and the red nether brick as well. But coming all the way down to here, it's all kind of done. If we just walk into this area, other people have been chipping in, making changes, adding paths, which is really cool. And yeah, all of this looks great. Now, as you walk around on the inside, on all sides you've got this stone formation. Then you have the opening, and then you're going to have a little bit of the nether bricky stuff on two of the sides. And that's cool. But on the opposite sides, it's like this going all the way up the top. So it's not the prettiest of interiors, but it does the job. You're able to use it. You'll do a lot of spinning when you're in here. And going down this side, again, other people have been chipping in, connecting up paths. And we've got a pretty fantastic entrance area now. We've got the signboard of all the instructions. There's a great view of builds unfolding. And there's loads of paths now hooked up. So there's a path that goes up there. This one goes to the Blaze farm. And then around in this direction, there's some really nice structural work on the underside of all of this. I mean, wow, look at what's going on here. There's just so much going on. It's kind of crazy. I think soon what we'll have to do is like a tour and go around, fly around in a camera account and just, you know, see everything. But we're going to give it a few more days before we do something like that, because everything's still a work in progress. So I've kind of outlined what I want to do here. Let's get that done. Let's jump ahead, and then I'll outline what I want to do for the rest of the episode. So we are not quite there just yet. It's taken me a fair amount of time to build this top part, mostly because I keep running back and forth to grab materials from my shulker boxes. I don't know why I didn't bring them with me sooner. The top of this build has worked out alright. There is a little gap that opens up with some iron bars in at this level right here. And the way it forms at the top is actually pretty cool. If we jump on the inside, you can get a feel for what it's like in here. Pretty cool. And then if we just hop up here, you can see the top kind of comes together with the wood sort of overlapping, which looks really cool. And I threw in some glowstone up there as well to drop some light on that front side. When we go down below, you will see that I put glowstone in other places as well. And this is my favourite way of getting down at the moment. I don't have elytra wings yet. When I have those, I'll just be jumping off the edge and gliding down to places. But for now, what I do is jump around like Spider-Man on the side of the building. So if we pop down here and look up there, you'll see I put in some glowstone clusters. We have some stone brick just there, which kind of fills in the space nicely. I did kind of want to extend this across into that area, but I think I'll leave it as it is for now. It's all looking pretty good. And over here you'll see some construction has started, as the last thing I've got to do now is just work on the top area there in front of my base and the wall that connects it up to the top. And down here what I've tried to do is keep the netherrack in, throwing it in with some other blocks around here, and it kind of doesn't work, and it kind of does because you still get to see some netherrack down there. So I'm just going to leave that be for now and see if anyone else has got some better ideas on how to do that. I was just figuring out though at what height the path was going to be, and that comes way too close out to here. So what we're probably going to do is just put in some stairs and have it go up pretty straightforwardly upwards here. But what I've built is a 2-tier wall system. Okay, so we've got this sort of slopey bit going there, and then the proper wall that's going to go to the same height is coming out behind it, although that is also sloped at the moment. Also, Cuddles built another command block song. If you didn't see it on the second channel, I showed Cuddles and some friends had built Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, and now he's gone and built John Cage's 433. Pretty impressive, right? I'll tell you what, we won't listen to all of it because it lasts a few minutes. Let's head up top. If you didn't get it, that song is silence. That song is literal silence for a certain amount of time. This is really cute. Present from Utopian Destroys. This amused me. Look at this. All papers are coupons. This unit is equal to 64 chicken. I love your videos, X. Located in the Nether. Please Not the shop is not done from Utopian Destroys. And more coupons when I have made a sugarcane farm. That amused me greatly. Thank you for the gift, my friend. I'll tell you what, this wood is going to come in very useful. Alright, so I think we're done here for today. There's more details to be done in this area. Tidying up, putting in some flowers maybe, and sorting out what's going to fill in this space around here as it's just grass. But the entrance is looking great, I gotta say. We've got some nether warts up the top here. I sort of purposely didn't put in every little block just so it's got some variation between side to side. So if we come down here and turn around and have a look at the view, it's pretty awesome. Like, that made a huge difference to the rest of the build. It kind of tied it all together and made it feel like one thing. And actually, if you look around here, it's kind of quite dominating in comparison to some other stuff. But then again, I'm expecting the rest of this area to get more built up over time and more things to kind of connect together. So that works out really well. This wall over here needs addressing. The netherrack here, again, doesn't look quite right. Sort of looks like I've built that bit at the wrong height, but no, I have built something wrong here. Oh, I've gone up by half a slab there when I should have gone up a full slab. Right, and that's why we've got this awkward gap where I can't put in blocks in the right place. Okay, well, I'll address that, but we're done with this build for now. We're going to move on. So we have things to do. I want to set up a shop on the server. I also want to announce an event that we're going to be doing in the future, and I want to do a little bit of administration work trying to reduce lag on the server. We've not had a crazy issue with lag, but we always want to keep on top of it, as the more people play, the more things are in the world. And here you can see I've got myself a bone farm that I have constructed. Pretty cool, right? Got loads of bones here. Going to use that as a building block, I think, moving forward. When we do the interiors of our base, which I pretty much want to start as soon as I can, then we will use bone block a lot, I think. So up here is the other, side of it. You've seen this 100 times. Big old room for skeletons to spawn. They get channeled into the area down below. We've got a free wide section down there because we have entity cramming on the server. And so if you put them into a one block hole, they're going to bob into each other and eventually take damage. So, do you know what? I never actually built the Nether Portal to get out of this area. I think I got the obsidian somewhere in a chest. I was just going to go and show you like where this is in relation to everything else, but I never actually finished making the Nether Portal, so we might as well put that all the way down here. When I open up the area up the top, the skeletons start shooting, and they do this thing where they just sit there shooting over and over again, and you get a huge stack of arrows. I don't know how many are there, but that's a crazy amount. Anyway, we've got a portal back here. So this goes underneath the lava lake that is between the main area, I guess you could say, and another area. So if we go here, yep, this is exactly where it should be. What I plan on doing is digging this tunnel so it goes in the other direction as well, and then perhaps it can connect the areas together. So at the top of this ladder, you'll see that we are next to Spangleboo's base, which is an evil bunny rabbit. This thing is amazing. Oh, I love it. And we are somewhere over there, like literally in that space just to the left. You can't quite see it, and wow. The view from here, man, this place is changing all the time. Also, there's another crazy like face just over here, big monster face, love it. But yeah, that's why I want to extend the tunnel in that direction so we can link that side to this side over here. So I said I had an event to announce. This is it right here. On Sunday the 25th at 7 PM GMT, we are going to be playing King of the Hill, which is a really simple little PvP game. Basically, everyone's going to be on top of a hill together, and the last person alive wins. But this is because we're adding a plugin to the server that means that player heads will drop upon death, so you'll be able to get player skulls of other players. So that's why we're doing this. There's also going to be trophies rewarded to the winners as well. However, that's something I'm going to tell you about more real soon. There's going to be more competitions. We're going to be adding the custom trophies into the game, which I showed in the very first episode. But anyway, if you're playing on the server, mark that day and that time in your calendar, and I'll see you on Sunday. Hello, it is I, the administrator, the camera account, and I'm here to do some admin work on the server. Today I'm going to be showing you things that have been fixed and mysteries I cannot solve. My poor little brain is getting all worked up about these things. But first of all, I wanted to just say again for all the people playing on the server that Overworld will be reset in 1.13. This is the portal that takes you to spawn, and someone is building a giant treehouse thing on the other side. There's also a lot of people building tunnels to places, and I get a little bit worried for everyone that they're putting in all this time, and those portals might go to places that are no longer useful when 1.13 arrives and we reset the Overworld. Maybe that wasn't the best of decisions, but hey, it's the one that I chose, and of course I'm going to stick with it. So anyway, you may have remembered we had some trouble getting loot tables to work in the Nether. I've got a feeling that some of this might have been down to me not testing it correctly, but what we've gone and done is put the loot tables into each of the dimensions, and that's because we're using multiverse, so you need a set of loot tables for each dimension. You can see that the blaze will now drop a blaze head, which is fantastic, and that's the same for all the mobs that have a loot table. Now when it comes to one like the ocelot, I tested this before, and I've got a feeling I made a really big mistake in thinking that looting 1000 would be enough to get ahead every single time. So if we go and kill this ocelot after 2 seconds, we actually get ahead. So we tend to get it every like 1 out of 3 or 4 attempts. So it turns out that those things are actually working, but things are about to get a whole lot more mysterious because it is not working for the Ender Dragon, and we can't figure this one out. So is this the correct block? No, it's not. Okay, so down here in the void of the world we have our command block. So I was supposed to have this one in my hotbar because I've been trying this when it's in the end dimension. Now this is going to target the Ender Dragon and give it a custom loot table. The thing is, as you just saw, we got a blaze head. The Ender Dragon has a loot table in the vanilla game, which means if we put that loot table in the end dimension, it should work, and it for some reason doesn't. And it also doesn't work when you give it a loot table, because we want our Ender Dragon to drop Elytra wings and a dragon egg on death, but with multiverse it doesn't seem to work. So what I did is I took the same thing that we do with an Enderman. We target an Ender Dragon that hasn't yet been processed, and then we give it a custom loot table. Everything right here is correct. I've verified this with our devs, people who know this stuff inside out, and yet for some reason it's not working, and we're basically going to have to leave it at that. It's like a mystery. We don't know why the Ender Dragon loot table doesn't work and why we can't give it a custom loot table, but when it dies, it doesn't drop the things from the loot table. So if you've had any experience with Spigot and Multiverse and you know a solution, please let me know. Get in touch, tweet me or a comment. We would really like to be able to fix that. But right now what I'm going to do is share something with you. We've got a chicken farm over here. People are more than welcome to build chicken farms on this server. I am in no way calling out this player for their chicken farm. This is a Minecraft vanilla problem that we need to solve, okay? This is actually a pretty good chicken farm because there is space for the chickens to move, which means overall they do a little less colliding into each other. But as you can see, they are constantly bouncing into one another. Each time that they do that, they are causing the server some stress, as the server has to make all those calculations. Now, because it's early in the morning, there's not a lot of players on, our TPS is actually at 20, which is really, really good. But when you've got a lot of players on, things like this can cause an issue, so we need a solution to it, and I've got one. I've got one that's really good, actually. It's going to start off with us adding a team called Chicken Farm. I've just removed it because I was doing some experimenting before recording just to make sure I know everything I'm going to explain. So we add a team called Chicken Farm, and then what we need to do is we need to set up the option for this team, which is going to be the collision rule, the very first one that you can select, and we're going to set this to never. There are other options as well. I'm not really quite sure how those would work, but we're going to set this one to never. So we're going to make the chickens not collide. Now the next thing that we need to do is target the chickens. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to find the command that I used. It's that one right there. We're going to set the radius to 1 just to demonstrate something. So scoreboard teams, join chicken farm. We're going to target entities that are chickens in a radius of 1 around me. And that's none because they're not within 1 block of me. So nothing got added. And now if I go and change that to 10, you'll see that all of these chickens all of a sudden, bam, they stop moving because they're in the team. And that means that the server isn't calculating hundreds of chickens bumping into one another, right? And that's a really good thing, basically. It's doing a lot less calculations now. So it would seem that chickens are really fond of standing on specific spots because they don't bounce with one another. They seem to group up into these specific areas. It's quite peculiar. But let's say we wanted to undo this. We find out, oh, actually, this is a really bad idea. Then what we can do is simply delete that team and things will go back to normal. I'm not going to do that right now because I've got a feeling the entity cramming rule would then kill some of the chickens. So we're going to leave it alone for now, but this is a potential solution, and I might implement it to all chickens on the server. So when anyone builds a chicken farm anywhere, there's going to be none of them bouncing around, and that would really help with this bit down here, because when new chickens are born, they have that, you know, that thing where they bump into each other. These ones don't right now because I ran that command a moment ago, but yeah, new ones would be able to bounce into other chickens. So here's a little experiment to think about. We've got 2 command blocks here that are running around the clock. What they do is they join chickens that aren't already in the chicken team to that team. That makes this command nice and efficient. It means it's not looking at chickens all the time, it's just ones that aren't in the team already. And of course it joins it into the team, and of course we can just remove the team to remove the rules that we're changing here. Now there are 2 other types of rules that I didn't really look into, and they don't work the way that I expected them to. So if we select push own team, you can see that they actually stop pushing each other, which was kind of odd and not what I expected. If we set it to push other teams, then they push each other. So I feel like that's worded the wrong way around, but if we set both of them to push own team, it means when you've got pens full of the same type of animal, which is very common, they're not going to push into each other, the server isn't going to be doing as much stuff. So potentially we could put this onto the server and give that a try to increase the performance of it. Thing is, there's probably some things we're going to overlook here. For example, if I hold down the seeds, they all kind of come to one place. What's really strange though is that the entity cramming rule doesn't kick in here, like they're not dying and suffocating even though there's loads of them in one spot together. Same thing goes for the cows. Now you can see that the one in the middle though, even though like they do push into each other, it's only the cows pushing with the chickens, which is less common to have mixed animals. So I shan't be adding that to the server straight away. It's just an idea. I want to get some feedback. I want to think through the idea a little bit more, but potentially it could help increase the performance of the server. Now this brewing stand has lava right behind it. I don't know who put it there, but it looks really cool and natural, and it's only just now that I've kind of clocked on that there's a lava block behind it, because it just looks so normal like that. I like it. Anyway, check out this chest. I've got myself loads of blaze rods and blaze heads, and what I want to do is open up a shop. I've got even more blaze rods over here as well. I've been spending crazy amounts of time AFKing at the blaze farm and using my looting sword, which isn't even looting free yet, to get us lots and lots of blaze rods. So I want to open a shop, and there is going to be a communal shopping area just ahead of me. Can we get skull number 3? Skull number 3? No, not today. Just ahead of me. Yeah, you can see it coming together. This area here is going to be a communal shopping area. So what I thought I would do is set up a shop and start selling some blaze rods and some blaze heads. So Andy is over here. Andy approves. He likes the little stand, which was based on his own design, by the way. This is sort of the layout that Andy put together for the marketplaces. I kind of came in and threw up my own little roof thing. So yeah, a head equals 1 diamond, a stack equals 1 diamond, and we're selling this many. So hopefully next episode we're going to be rolling in diamonds. So I'm going to be working on my blaze farm to make it more effective. I'm going to be AFK farming over there so I can get lots of blaze rods. And I'm reminded that last episode I forgot to do this, the ritual of the my question. So this one is going to continue from the last one, so we're just ordering them in order that I answer them, right? And last time I was so busy trying to get all the editing done and rush out of the house that I just completely forgot while I was putting that episode together after I'd done all the recording. But anyway, this question is from Greedo Flashbang. If you have a question of your own, hashtag my question in the comments down below. Greedo is here asking, do you plan on adding custom world gen when 1.13 comes out, or are you just sticking with the new world gen? That's a great question. The answer is I'm not entirely sure, because we're most likely just going to stick with the new stuff because there's oceans to explore and we don't really need to do anything fantastic, but it depends on what we can do with the new world generation system whenever it arrives. But one thing that we will be doing is adding in loads of custom structures, and at some point in the future we want to do a plot world competition where you can win a prize for a year-long pass to play on the server, and we'll be putting loads of those buildings that get created in the plot world competition into the world generation, so there'll be custom structures to find in the world. That's my plan right now. If it all actually come to be like that, I mean, I can't see why not, but it all depends on Mojang, I guess. Anyway, I guess that's where we're ending this episode. If you have enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thank you for your support on the video. Appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.